Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akimath on the Four Corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. It's the Stasha Required Mouth of the Jim at Dallas Camp, coming at you with a quick hit, Lord's willing, is edifying to the hopeful elect. Okay, because these peons, they're starting to scatter, or so like these roaches, they're starting to come up and come up against our elders. They need to understand who who and what they are doing. All right, before you open your mouth, you need to understand what you're gonna say. Right, you can't just be shooting from the hip. All right, but you need to remember who your father and who your mother is. So I'm going to pull this in Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 14. It says, "Remember thy father and thy mother, when thou sittest among great men." So whenever you are sitting among great men, whenever you are trying to talk to a great man, remember your father and your mother. And if you don't know who your father and mother is, your father is Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and your mother is the wisdom that he gave you. But I'm gonna go further into that. But let me finish. It says, "But be not forgetful before them." All right, the great men. Be not forgetful before them, and so thou by thy custom uh, uh, become a fool, and wish that thou hadst not been born, and curse the day of thy nativity. All right, so we're going to go back up to the top. It says, "Remember thy father." Your father is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai stitched you in the womb, as it says in that Psalm chapter 139. All right, he's the reason for the season, and without him there is no reason. All right, because there's no you without your father. Which plants the seed into your mother. All right, and wisdom is your mother in this thing, because wisdom is the one that nurtures you. All right, better yet, I'll pull it. This is Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to start at 15. I'll start at the top. It says, "He that feareth Yahweh by Shemiah Shai will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. And as a mother shall she meet him, and receive him as a wife married of a virgin." So it says right there that wisdom is your mother, because at first a mother is going to correct you. She's going to bring you up in a proper way. All right, and that was in our culture. That was a part of growing up. All right, we grew up from one all or from there's no one, but from zero, from whenever we are in the womb to whenever we are 12 years old. All right, and 12 years old we became a man. All right, and whenever we became a man, we started studying under our father to take upon his occupation. All right, but the mother is the first level of learning. That's why in this society, the mothers of this society, they just throw your ass in school, all right, and have the school raise you. But that's a lesson for another day. All right, it says. I'll go to verse 3. It says, "With the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink." So wisdom is going to bless you. All right, she's going to keep you safe. She's going to keep you in straits. She's going to make sure that you are ready to go to that next glory. All right, and then she's going to give you the water of wisdom to actually drink upon, so you can have something to ponder upon your mind. All right, but it says in that Galatians, I believe it's Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. Because this shows that wisdom was only given unto the nation of Israel. All right, wisdom wasn't given to everybody else. everybody doesn't have wisdom. It says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free. All right. And Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place. All right. Uh, which is above, because Jerusalem's supposed to be above all the other nations, as it says in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. All right. But yeah, I'll pull that too, just to get all the meat off the bone. This is Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh by Shem Shai thy power, and Yahweh by Shem Shai has chosen thee to be a particular people unto himself, above all the nations that are on the above all the nations that that are upon the earth." So all the nations that are upon the face of the earth, we are supposed to be above them. So I'm going to go back to that Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. It says, but Jerusalem, which is above, because we are above all these other nations, is free. We're supposed to be free, but we transgressed and went against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Shem Shai, and so now we're in these chains of darkness. It says, which is the mother of us all, because with being in Jerusalem, or with being Israelite, you are given you are given wisdom which no one else has. All right, because that's what Yahweh Shem Shai set up in the order. Better yet, I'll pull that too. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 24, verse 8. So verse 24, verse 8. It says, better yet, I'll start at 7. It says, with all these I sought rest, and this is wisdom. With all these I sought rest. It says, and in whose inheritance shall I abide. All right. So wisdom is trying to figure out where does the Father Yahweh by Shem Shai wants her to go. All right, because she was created for a specific order. All right. Verse 8, it says, so the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob. And who Jacob is one of the forerunners, all right, whose name was changed to Israel. All right. It says, and thine inheritance in Israel. All right. So that shows clearly right there that Galatians 4 and 26, and it's Ecclesiasticus chapter 24 and 8, and the Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 verse 2, links up with Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 verse 14. All right, because wisdom is your mother. Wisdom is the one that is nurturing you, and it's going to keep you strong, until you are able to live out the occupation that your father, Yahweh by Shem Shai, is going to give you, in that latter end. And we can continue, better yet, let's continue. All right. It says, when thou sittest among great men, better yet, remember thy father and thy mother when thou sittest among great men. And these great men that we have today, which is our elders in the apostles of Great Millstone, which are great men, which is learned men, okay, which had opportunity of leisure, in their days, so they can obtain all the wisdom and knowledge that they have. Okay, so it says, be not forgetful before them. Be not forgetful before these great men. All right, do not slip at the tongue. All right, it says, and so thou by thy custom. All right, so the customs of whenever you slipped in front of a great man, you will be talked about throughout the whole nation. All right. Oh yeah, look, that's that nigga that did this and that. You don't want that ill-gotten name. All right. It says, and so thou by thy custom become a fool. All right, because you'll become a fool, because a wise man can be wise if he just. A fool can be wise just if he holds his tongue. Salaki, I almost got tongue tied there. All right, it says and wish that thou hadst not been born. So you can wish that you was never born because you slipped at the tongue. All right. It says, and curse the day of thy nativity, the day that you were born. All right. And so, I'll leave it there. Lord's will. This was edifying unto the hopeful elect. Hey, keep on pushing, keep on fighting. Don't buck up against your elders. All right. Because those same men that are going out there and pushing hard and diligently for you, all right, they're gonna receive a reward, and just know it's gonna be greater than what you have because you are backbiting. All right, but I'm gonna stop. Hey, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shemel Ashai, double honors to the elders, to the apostles, at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim out on the four corners, teaching truth and sincerity. Shalom.